Alright guys, if you're planning to take the PT test, whether you're aiming for a band 7, band 8, 65, 79 or even band 6 which is equivalent to 50 in PT, this is the video you need to watch. In this video, I'm going to give you each and everything you need to take care of to get your desired scores in the very first go. My name is Varun and I've been training students for the PT test for the last 7 years, and we have had more than 50,000 successful students till date. I myself have taken the test 12 times and every time I've got 19 PT, and I'm going to put down each and everything, all of my knowledge down in this video. In this video, we'll be having a look at what are the common mistakes, what are the reasons why students do not really get their scores. Module wise, we'll have a look at few of the things you need to follow and few of the things you should be avoiding. Then I'll give you a plan. Another thing I am going to give you in this video, that where you have to practice, how you have to take the mock test, and what are the things you need to take care of to get your desired scores after the changes in 2025. So let's get started. The main reason why majority of the students they do not really get their desired scores is that they do not understand the marking criteria of the test. In PT, there are 20 different question types, out of which 10 are not important and 10 are extremely important. Many times, a lot of students, what they do is they practice each and everything there because they do not want to lose even a single point. But in PT, it's more about smart work rather than hard work. If you work only on the 10 important question types, which I'm going to tell you in this video, 100% you can get 90 on 90 as well. So let's get started. First of all, PT is an integrated test, which means that one module will contribute towards the other module as well. Speaking will give you points in reading and listening. Writing will give you points in reading. Reading will give you points in writing. Listening will give you a big chunk in writing as well. So it's important to understand where we have to focus more. Let's get started with the first module of the test, which is speaking. In speaking, there are 5 different question types. 4 are important. One is not important at all. In speaking, there are 3 things which you need to take care of: fluency, pronunciation, and content. Now, for fluency, you do not have to confuse your fluency with your speed. Your fluency is your flow. You can take natural pauses, you can take a pause at comma, full stop, connector, and all. You have to avoid hesitations and unnatural pauses. For pronunciation, you have to work and make sure that you speak clearly, and whatever you're speaking, it's understandable. You do not have to worry much about your accent. For content, you have to make sure you speak each and everything given in different question types, which are your read aloud and repeat sentence. Speaking is the backbone of the PT test, and the first question type is read aloud, which is extremely important. This gives you a lot of points in your reading. For this, you have to make sure you do not go too fast, do not go too slow, speak at a natural pace, at a moderate pace, and focus on clarity. A lot of students, what they do is they try to go fast just to make sure they get full points in fluency. That's not going to help you. You have to speak at a moderate pace, at the same time focus on clarity. It's fine to reduce your speed and improve your clarity. If by reducing your speed your clarity goes up, I'll highly recommend you, because pronunciation is way more important than your speed. So work on your clarity and your flow and you'll be 100% fine. Next is repeat sentence, the second task of the test. Extremely important, and a lot of students do find this difficult. Why do students find this difficult? Because they want to repeat 100% of the sentence they hear in the audio. Repeat sentences are important, but it's not practically possible to repeat 100% of the content in every repeat sentence. Last 12 times I've taken the test, I've got 19 listening, 19 speaking, and every time I struggle with repeat sentences as well. What I want you to do is, I want you to understand the meaning of the sentence, and as much as you remember, speak it clearly and confidently. You repeat 70 to 80%, repeat that clearly and confidently, you'll be fine. They're not checking your memory, they're just checking your speaking skills. Out of the 12 repeat sentences which you'll get in your test, 8 will be easy, 3 to 4 will be difficult. In these 3 to 4, do not try to stop and recall the sentence. Whatever you have, speak it clearly and in a flow and you will be fine. Every time I go for the test, I mess up 3 to 4 sentences, but I maintain my flow and I've got 90 every time, so you don't need to stress. Third and fourth questions are describe image and read a lecture, and there have been a few changes lately over here. Earlier, students used to just speak templates, they used to speak irrelevant things, and they used to get the scores. But that's not the case anymore. If you actually want to get the scores in describe, image and read a lecture, from now on you have to speak relevant content. You can still use the templates and structure, however your templates and structure should have related content and information to the image and the lecture. In describe image, go around 30 to 35 seconds, detail lecture around 35 seconds. Next is your fifth question, is your answer short question. Not important, don't worry much about practicing, just practice a few days before your test. For your speaking, focus more on read aloud and repeat sentence, then describe image and read a lecture. Do not use irrelevant templates. If you want to get the templates, I have got a master class on all the 4 modules. The link to the videos in the description box. Those are the latest videos with the latest templates which are working. You can follow those templates and 100% you will get your desired scores. Next module is writing. In writing module, you'll have 2 question types. First is summarize written text, second is essay. Summarize written text is relatively easy. You have to write summary of the passage you have been presented in just one sentence between 5 to 75 words. In here, make sure you write around 50 to 60 words, use only one full stop and use 1 to 2 connectors. Next, essay. This is where few changes have taken place as well. Earlier, students used to do the same thing as they used to do in speaking. They used to write just a template, and the template was kind of vague, bogus. It didn't make any sense, and they used to get 90 or 90 as well. But PT is very actively blocking the templates now, and if you actually want to get the desired scores in your writing module, you can still use a template. However, your template should have relevant ideas and information about the topic which you have been given in the essay prompt. If you want to get your desired scores in writing module, you can use the template or the structure, but make sure you add relevant ideas as well. When you practice on languageacademy.com.au, every essay you submit or you practice, you will get to know whether Pearson's system will detect template. We have implemented AI template detector, and if our system detects it, Pearson's system is very advanced, it will definitely detect it. So I'll highly recommend you to practice on languageacademy.com.au. See if your template is working and what are the changes you need to work. Also, you can get ideas and sample response to each and every essay you practice. So for writing, focus on essay, make sure you add relevant ideas, and summarize written text, make sure you only use one full stop, write around 60 words in one sentence, only use 1 to 2 connectors. Next is your reading. Reading is something which a lot of students do find difficult. Now in reading, you'll have 15 to 16 questions in around 31 minutes, and it's very important you manage your time properly in reading. In reading, you have 5 different question types, out of which 2 are extremely important, 1 has moderate importance, 2 are not important at all. You will start with reading and writing blanks, which are extremely important. You'll get 5 to 6 of these. You have to spend 2 to 2.5 minutes per question. Next, MCQ multiple answer. You'll get 1 to 2 of these, not important at all. Do not focus or do not spend too much time over here. Next, you'll have reorder paragraphs, 2 to 3. You have to spend 2 minutes per question. Next, you'll have reading fill in the blanks, 4 to 5 of these, spend 2 to 2.5 minutes. These are extremely important. Last, you'll get 1 to 2 MCQ single answers, not important, don't worry much about these. Now for reading, a lot of students ask me, how can I quickly improve reading? You cannot quickly improve reading. It's comparatively slow process. It's easy for me to tell you, use this trick, use this rule, and you'll get the scores. But that's not going to happen in reality. There are no shortcuts or tricks over here. However, there are rules which you should follow. But before that, the most important thing in reading is understanding the passage. For every passage of reading you get, you need to make sure you understand what they're trying to say. If you do not, the chances you'll go wrong with the answers. So what you have to work on when you practice, you have to improve your contextual knowledge, you have to improve your skill whereby you can skim the passage and get the idea of the passage. Second thing, along with the meaning or understanding of the context, you have to focus on vocabulary. You have to make sure you comprehend the passage properly and understand the different words in there. And third, you can use the grammar rules which I have recently provided in the reading masterclass, the link to which is available in the description box. You can watch that as well. Again, whenever you practice on Language Academy, right, what you do is as soon as you submit, you'll get to know why you have gone wrong. Along with the wrong answers you have selected, you'll get the explanation that why you have gone wrong, why the right answer is the right answer, and what are the things you need to take care of. And this is what is very important. If you just practice but you're not improving, you're not really learning from your mistakes, you will make the same mistake in the test. It's not important to practice a lot. However, it's important to learn why you have gone wrong so that you do not repeat the mistakes in the test. To improve your vocabulary, you click on any word available in the reading blanks, reading, writing blanks passage. You'll get to know the meaning, the usage, and the example of the words on how you have to use it whenever you practice on the website. So this was the reading module. The fourth module is listening, which is the last module and is extremely important. In here, you have 8 question types. 4 are extremely important, 4 are not important at all, even if you're aiming for a band 9. The first question is summarize spoken text, extremely important. You get 10 minutes for this. 10 minutes for one summary. If you get 2 summaries, 10 minutes each means 20 minutes altogether. In here, write around 65 words. Make sure there are no spelling mistakes. If there's any word you're not really sure about, do not write it. Majority of the students, they do not get their scores in listening, and along with their listening, they impact their scores in writing because of the spelling mistakes in the listening module. In listening, I'll highly request you to make sure that you do not make any spelling mistake. This is what you have to take care of in summarize spoken text as well. Write around 65 words. Make sure you do not make any spelling mistake. If there's any word you're not sure about, do not write it. If you have less keywords, you repeat. After this, you'll have around 14 questions and you'll have limited time over here. It's very important that you manage your time properly. Sometimes you'll also have 13 questions or sometimes 12 questions as well, and I will tell you how much time you have to spend on each question. Make sure you do not spend more than that. So once you're done with your summarized spoken text, next question is MCQ multiple answer. Not important, but you'll have to listen to the audio. Before the audio finishes, you cannot move on to the next question. So you have to listen to the audio, and after the audio you have to spend 5 to 10 seconds, select the option which you think is right and move on. Third question is listening, fill in the blanks, extremely important. After the audio in here, you can spend 30 to 40 seconds. Make sure the spellings are perfect. This is an extremely important task because this will give you points in listening and writing. Similarly, summarize spoken text as well will give you points in listening and writing. In here, make sure your spellings are correct. If there's S at the end of the word, make sure you place it properly. If there's any blank after full stop, you start it with the capital alphabet. After this, fourth task is highlight correct summary. Fifth is MCQ single answer. And sixth is select missing word. These 3 are not important. I don't want you to practice in the test. Listen to the audio properly, try to give the best answer, but do not spend 5 to 10 seconds after the audio. The 7th question type is extremely important. It is named as highlight incorrect words. Pretty easy. You do not have to do much in here. After the audio, just take around 5 seconds, but remember there's negative marking over here. If there's any word you're not really sure, do not select it, but this is extremely important because this will give you points in listening and reading. I'm not explaining each and every task in detail. I've done that in my masterclass videos, because if I do so, this video will be too long. I'm just giving you an overview. If you're new, if you're not really sure what the task is actually about, go and watch the masterclass. The masterclass and the full course links are in the description box. The last question is write from dictation, extremely important, the king. This is the reason why I told you not to spend time on questions which are irrelevant or not that important, so that you have enough time for the last question. Because if you miss the last question, unfortunately you're not going to get your desired scores. You'll get 3 to 4 write from dictations. One dictation, I want you to spend 50 seconds. Make sure your spellings are perfect. You start with a capital alphabet, place a full stop at the end, and for any word you're doubtful about spellings, singular or plural, you add an extra word. You'll not be penalized for that. You can add extra words. For example, there's a word or the sentence is he is going to London. You're not really sure if it's he is going to London or she is going to London. You can write he space she is going to London. That's it. Whatever the correct word is, you'll get point for that, and whatever the incorrect is, there's no negative marking. In PT, negative marking is only in 3 question types. reading MCQ multiple, listening MCQ multiple, and highlight incorrect words. In highlight incorrect words, if you're not sure, you don't select it. And reading MCQ multiple and listening MCQ multiple, I'll only suggest you select one option you're 100% sure. So after write from dictation, you'll finish your test, and hopefully once you have submitted your test, within a day or so you'll get your scores. And if you follow whatever I've mentioned in this video, you will get your desired scores as well. So these were few of the tips which you need to follow to get your desired scores in the very first go. Now I'm going to give you a plan which you need to follow. If you're aiming for 50, 65, 79 for everyone, read aloud, you have to practice 10 to 15, repeat sentence around 20 at least, 2 to 3 describe images, 2 to 3 retell lectures. Answer short questions, don't worry about practicing. 1 essay every alternate day, and 1 summarize written text from writing alternate day. Reading, you have to practice 10 to 15 reading writing blanks. No MCQ multiple answers. Around 5 to 10 reorder paragraphs. If you're aiming for band 6, which is 50, don't practice reorder paragraphs. Reading fill in the blanks, which are drag and drop blanks, you have to practice 10 at least. If you can practice 15, better. MCQ single answers, don't worry about practicing. For listening, 2 summarize spoken text, 10 listening fill in the blanks, 5 highlight incorrect words, and 20 write from dictations. Make sure whenever you practice listening, any spelling mistake you make, take a note so that you do not repeat the same in the test. For listening, MCQ multiple answers, MCQ single answers, select missing words, and highlight correct summary. Actually, don't practice these 4 question types. Now, along with the practice plan, you have to make sure you take regular mock test. Whenever you practice, after 2 days, you have to do 1 sectional mock test. So 3rd day, you can do a reading sectional mock test. 4th day you can do listening, 5th day you can do speaking, and 6th day you can do the writing sectional mock test, and 7th day you have to do the full mock test. Whenever you're doing the sectional mock test, you have to carry on with your practice, but on the day when you have to take full mock test, don't worry about practicing. On that day, just take the full mock test. Repeat this for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks from your second mock test, let's say if you're aiming for 65 each in the actual test, and if you get the same in the mock test on languageacademy.com.au, you are prepared to go for the test, go for it. If not, repeat this for 1 more week until and unless you're not getting your desired scores in the mock test over here. I'll recommend not to go for the test because the scores are pretty similar to what you will get in the test and what you're getting over here. And if you get your desired scores in the mock test, if you're doing well in the practice, go and take your test and you will be 100% fine. So this was the practice plan. Now we'll quickly have a look at few of the mistakes which you need to avoid. Do not rely too much on the templates. Do not focus on speaking too fast in speaking. Do not try to memorize the answers in reading, or do not just practice without understanding. In reading, make sure you understand. In listening, make sure you do not make any spelling mistakes. And lastly, make sure you do not waste time on question types which are not important in reading and in listening, and you will be 100% fine. That is the end of this video. I hope the video was helpful. I can guarantee that I can write this down. If you follow everything I've mentioned in this video religiously, properly, 100% you will get your desired scores. Now where you have to practice, you can go and practice on languageacademy.com.au. We are working every day to make this platform better, and this is all you need to crack your PT test. We have launched our app as well. You can download LAPT exam practice app as well. You'll get 1 full mock test free on the website and on the app with scorecard, feedback, and in-depth analysis. You'll get 4 sectional mock tests, each for speaking, reading, writing, and listening, and 4 extensive mock tests for free as well for each module. You just need to go on languageacademy.com.au and register and get your desired scores in the very first go. That's it from this video. I hope the video was helpful, and if it was, do like, share, and subscribe. And if you ever get your desired scores watching my videos, do let me know. That is something I work for, and that is something which will motivate me, push me to keep going. If you need online classes, online training, or on-campus training, give us a call, send us a message, and our team will be with you, and we will give 100% to help you out. We've got campuses in India, in Australia, and in Nepal as well. That's it from this video. I hope the video was helpful. If you need any help, give us a call, send us a message, or submit the contact us form on our website, and we will be with you. Now go and practice on languageacademy.com.au and get your desired scores in the very first go.